Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be my budget for the month of August. So August is, I think, a pretty quiet month for me. I will have a bigger income because the way that it's working out is I'm doing 19 shifts in the month of July, which means I will have a bigger income. However, I don't know exactly how much I will get till I get my pay slip, because it does depend a lot on how much tax I get as well. So, but I do expect that I will be coming in probably around about 3,200-ish. And then I have my second income, which comes in every 4 weeks at £749. So I'll get that. And I think I get that on the 6th, which is actually the day before I get paid, because it's every 4 weeks. It kind of comes on a different date every month. So the bills that I have coming out are my boiler cover, which comes in at £19.9. That comes out on the 1st of the month, and within that I get my boiler serviced every year, which I have to have for the warranty to be valid. So I'm in a new build which is 5 years old, and I have, I think, a 10 or 15 year warranty on the boiler, but it doesn't stay valid unless I get the boiler serviced every year, so I get that done. I have my RCN, which is the Royal College of Nursing, so that is my union fees. That comes in at £16.78 every month. So we recommended to have this. It's just in case, you know, something happens and we need union representation. So yeah, so I pay for that. And then I have my Patreon membership, which isn't 99p, it's actually £1.32. So we'll just amend it so that they all come out on the 1st. And then I have 2 Bailey associated bills. So his pet plan, which comes in at £21.50, so that covers vaccinations, flea, tick and worming treatments. It covers free nurse consultations, 10% off vet consultations, 10% off medications and surgery. So it is a pretty good deal. So that's £21.50 a month, so I've got that. And then NAPO is Bailey's pet insurance, which comes in at £135 a month, which is extremely expensive. However, that did jump up £85 a month when I renewed it this year, because Bailey was diagnosed in January with bilateral luxating patellas and bilateral hip dysplasia, despite the fact he is only 5 years old and will likely sometime in the next couple of years need some very, very expensive surgery. So that's why they've done that to me. My mortgage comes out at £386 a month. However, I do add an extra £50 to that, so the total will be 400 and whatever it works out to. Council tax comes in at £138 a month. That is actually with a 25% single person discount, because I am obviously on my own. Home insurance comes in about £20, although I think it might be a wee bit more than that. I will have to double check that. TV licence comes out at £15. Gas, that's gone up this month. I was paying £41 a month. However, when I did a meter reading and my total adjusted, said that based on what I use to prevent myself going into debt with it, I needed to pay £55 a month. So I just adjusted that to be £55 a month, which is an extra £14 a month. It's not a big deal, but I would rather pay a wee bit more every month than get a big whopping bill at the end of the year. Electric stays at £39.50 a month. The reason how my electric is so cheap is because I have solar panels on my roof, so that is covered. £95 for a repayment. That will be finishing up soon. I think I've got another three or 4 months after this, and then that will be done. £56.99 for the Virgin. Again, and once this comes up for renewal, I'm going to see if I can get this a bit cheaper by threatening to cancel it. Phone bill comes in at £46.99 a month. Little pause again, that's another Bailey associated bill. Now this isn't a bill as such, this is just the dog walker's fees. Now I just pay this on the 7th of every month when I get paid, and I usually budget £150 for that, which pays for around about 12 to 13 walks. Bailey normally goes something between 10 and 12 walks a month, but it just gives me that wee bit of an extra wee cushion. So if he goes a wee bit more, goes a wee bit less, it just kind of works itself out. Account fee is £2 on my account, but I get this back in wee bits of interest I get back into my account every month. And then I've got my Amazon, comes in at £8.99. Disney Plus, I'm not paying for it at the moment. And I'll just resubscribe to that as and when there's something on it I want to watch. 99p for my YouTube channel membership. £5.99 for Netflix and £2.80 for Dingley Design subscription. So the bills this month are going to come in at which comes in at £1,221.94. So that is my bills for the month. So then what I normally do is I normally do £400 a month for groceries. I don't normally spend all that. What's left goes into savings challenges. £80 a month for Bailey, £100 a month for spending, £100 a month between household toiletry items, £100 a month for travel, £20 for miscellaneous, and £6 a month for window cleaning. And that kind of just gets split up depending on whether it's a 4-week or a 5-week month. So, sinking funds. Now I had a lot of this pre-filled in, but I've had to change it because this is actually some of the things I've been actually fully completed already. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on that. Got quite a lot on that one. Done. So we're going to go for £150 into the Christmas binder. £100 into Bailey's binder as per his usual. So we're going to do 100 into the emergency fund. We'll do £100 into my sinking fund, so that's £450. And we're going to do £50 into Bailey's Christmas. I think we're just going to leave the wedding for this month. That's got £250 in it in the bank. But again, this isn't happening until September 2026, so there's no massive rush for that. And I really want to focus on getting this emergency fund up to £1,000 by the end of the year. And you know what, actually, I'm actually going to allocate some money into the 2026 tin. So, and then I've got the usual £1,000 going to debt and savings. So, plus, so yeah, that should be all right. That should work out. If it doesn't, then we'll just have to adjust the amounts going into sinking funds and reduce them. But that is the plan for August. Plus, as well, it's my 36th birthday, so I will likely have some birthday money that I will be able to put into like my own sinking funds and things like that as well. So yeah, so it's not a massive deal if no, because I just put that into challenges, so that's fine. So need to go back to the bank account and check what I spent on the groceries and stuff, because I've been doing the jam donut vouchers and stuff to get the cash back. So let's see what we've got left in the purse. And we have spent some money on various bits and pieces. We've got £5 left in Bailey, so we did have to get him some food. We didn't stuff household toiletries, etc. because because we done a big cash stuff we done a big shop at the start of the month, so the money that was allocated to that we used to pay off the credit card bill. So we're just gonna quickly restuff the purse for next week, and then we'll get this money reallocated. So we have got £65 going into the purse, but we'll actually only put 55 in, because 10 we will pop into savings. So 5 of that goes into miscellaneous. Nothing going in groceries at the minute. £20 going into Bailey. I don't think I'll need to get him anything this week though. 10 going into spending, because 10 of spending is going to go into savings, and 20 into travel. Again, this will be just in case I need to get a taxi to or from work. Hopefully I won't. It'll just depend on what my mum's working. I know that I definitely don't have the senior who normally gives me a lift home on a Friday because he swapped his shifts. So if mum's working a late shift, I will have to get a taxi home on Friday night, but we shall just see. So I have got £40 to stuff into my challenges, and just knocked down my Christmas binder, but never mind. So I'm going to put 11 pence into my penny challenge. I've not put anything in this for ages because I don't seem to be having that much change at the minute. I've no 50s, and then I've got £3 coins. So 1, 2, 3. So I think we'll go into Pickles and Moons first, just because this is a rather big challenge, and I just think I could do with just having a roll on this. So 1 and 3 is 15, that's fine. So I'll put 20 in, take a 5 out. So we've got £60 in Pickles and Moons now. I just think, because this is such a big challenge, that let me see what I've got going on here. 15 plus 8 is 23. So this needs 10 in it to make it right. So we'll just pop 10 into there. And we'll pop the spinner to the side. And then I have got £15 left. So 3. Well, I don't know where the thingy for that is, so I'm not going to do that one just now. 4. Little Moon's Trip to Rainbow Land. And that is 6. So what we'll do is we'll put a 5 in, and we'll put one of our £1 placeholders in. And then once we get up to having 5 in there, we'll just swap it out for £5 note or 10 or whatever, you know, we'll just, yep. 5. It's Pickles and Moons, so I'm only going to be able to do this if I get 5 out of 10. So it's 2 and it's 4. So we've done that. I can't do that one. So that's 10. Put 10 in there. And that's the money gone. That's a really quick reallocation today, but you know, I can't remember if that was the right one, but it was definitely a 10, so I've just crossed off the moon. I'm sure it was a moon I had, but anyway, so yeah, so we're getting 6 crossed off on there now. Again, this one's going to take a wee while because it's 5, 10s and 15, so it's going to save a fair amount. 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, so that's going to be like 180 straight away. And then 300. I'll give you about £360, so that's going to be quite a good saving, but it's just going to take a wee while. So yeah, so we'll just see how these go. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. My next video will probably be my week 3 check-in, week 4 cash stuffing, I think. And then, of course, we will have payday and we will be starting for the month of August. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.